Alright everybody, hello, this is Sukaba, and this is going to be our Week 5 match against Camodude. So, a couple things about Camodude's team. He's got a lot of really bulky Pokemon, such as Wo-Chien, obviously lowering the attack stat while the Pokemon on the field, while also carrying some pretty immense bulk just on its own. Heatran is a really hard mon for my team to remove, just because of its solid typing and its ability to Terra into a grass type and resist any ground attacks and still have that fire immunity from flash fire. Definitely expect Heatran to be a major part of the game plan this week. He's also got the Gudra Hisui, who's one of the bulkiest mons in the format, especially if you start letting it set up some iron defenses. We could do some body press shenanigans, stuff like that. And then on top of all that, he's got some Enamorous Electrode shenanigans too, so you got to be able to find a way to stop Electrode from just buffing up the Enamorous and then winning the game with those eerie impulses, those scary faces, and whatnot. So that's pretty much the major threats I'm looking at. I could definitely see Impidimp or Grookey coming to the match just as a means of having Fake Out, which could be important for his game plan. So I'm going to have to keep that in mind if I see them in the preview. SPEWPA, it's possible that it could come for any Rage Powder stuff, but I'm not too worried about these baby mons. I'm mainly just focusing on these top 7. There's another pretty top-heavy team this week, right? So here's what I've got to counter a lot of what he has going on this team. So if you look at the speed tiers, this is actually interesting because most of the time when I play a match in this season, I've found that my Trick Room option is pretty much better than theirs, right? I got the Enamorous T, I've got the Ursaluna, maybe even the Decidueye, but looking at his team, I'm a little scared of him wanting to go slow, honestly. He's got the Gudra, he's got the Gastrodon, and he's got that Farigiraf as well. All things that could go slow. So I'm going to be going for kind of like a faster mode this week, right? So I don't want to just try to set up Tailwind and win the game because I'm not entirely confident that my slow mode can win me the game. But I have the means to go faster. This is not a very fast team at all. One of the only ways he has to go fast is just boosting up the Enamorous with scary faces and stuff like that. The Enamorous is the only mon that has any semblance of speed on this team, which is part of what leads me to believe that he's going to end up going slow. So I've got 2 ways to outspeed here. Now, one of the major ways is going to be Persian. So Persian was a mid-season pickup I made a few weeks back. Ended up dropping the Electric for this Pokemon. So I, wanted to have Fake Out as an option for my team, and Persian was value on the board. It got dropped by Jace, I believe. Now, this week, it's serving a very interesting role. I originally had Klefki in this role, but I realized that Persian actually does it a little bit better. What I want to do is I want to be setting off Thunder Waves and Icy Winds to enable my mons to go first. Now, this Pokemon does it more reliably because I'm really scared of Armor Tail this week. It's a great bring into a team that has a Prankster mon like myself. So obviously, I want to be able to counter by hitting my Thunder Waves. So if he has Armor Tail out, Persian has no Prankster, so the Thunder Waves will still be able to hit, and it outspeeds everything on his team besides Electrode. So it seems like a really good time to break out the Persian. I still have that Fake Out option if I want it, if I don't see the Farigiraf in lead, or if I'm not feeling threatened by a switch in or anything like that. And then the Fake Tiers also allows to boost up my powerful special attackers. I've got 2 of them this week. I've got the Typhlosion and the Enamorous. Enamorous got a Babiri Berry to counter the Heatran Flash Cannon and also the potential for an Iron Head coming out from Gudra. The Typhlosion is running Choice Specs, and interestingly this week I have the Infernal Parade, which is going to synergize really well with the Thunder Wave. So Thunder Wave plus Infernal Parade is an Oko onto a max HP Enamorous with the Choice Specs, and Frisk will help me, see if there's any Choice Scarfs or anything that might have a problem with that plan. So that's really my way that I plan on dealing with the Electrode and the Enamorous, is kind of just getting off a Thunder Wave on it and then just removing it from the field. But this thing can also support Ursaluna here. So Ursaluna, I think this is its week to finally shine. I've kind of kept it on the back burner the first few weeks of the season in favor of other things, but I think it can really dominate here. So I'm running a Swords Dance set. Now, I ran some calcs on this, and +2 Flame Orb Ursaluna has some absolutely bonkers calcs. Like, this thing can Oko a Heatran with a Facade with max HP. Or resisted hit if it's +2. So the plan is potentially get off a Fake Out with Persian on turn 1, or maybe a Tailwind with Noivern turn 1. set up a Swords Dance while they have to deal with the threat, and then give it speed control with either Icy Wind or, like I said before, that Tailwind to start hitting things super hard. Earthquake is a really good matchup into his team. He doesn't have a lot of immunities to ground, and at +2 it's going to be doing a lot of damage. This +2 Earthquake actually OHKOs a Gudra after an Iron Defense, which is just crazy. So that's kind of the idea that I'm going for, right? I also have the Decidueye here this week just because I feel like the matchup was so good. I needed a grass type to deal with the Gastrodon if it's causing me major issues. Also gets immunity to any Leech Seed shenanigans, stuff like that. And Fighting is just a really good offensive type for me this week. A lot of his Mons are going to be weak to Fighting, and he only has one major resist in the Enamorus. So that's the team. We're going to see how the Persian plays out this week. I really think this is his week to shine, and given that I have so many other threatening options, I'd be kind of surprised to see a Covert Cloak out in the lead, but obviously that would be a cripple to my Persian plan and would cause me to pivot to probably the Noivern option as well. So we're going to get into the match in a little bit here, and I will see you guys there. Alright, we're back in the match now. Good luck, have fun to Camo. So, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm pretty bewildered by what I'm seeing here. So we don't see the Frigidraff or the Heatran, which were like major roadblocks to my entire game plan. We see the Voltorb, or sorry, the Electrode and the Enamorus, the Wo-Chan, the Gastrodon, and the SPEWPA makes an appearance. A little Rage Powder, Friend Guard action. So, what I'm thinking here is the Gastrodon is likely here because he was scared of my Cold Mode, right? Gastrodon allows you to redirect the Aqua Jet. I don't have the Cold Mode here, so I'm not really sure what it's doing. And he also doesn't have a way to set Trick Room. So I'm interested to see how I should go for game 1 here. Like, do I just lead the Persian and try some stuff with that? Maybe the Persian and the... Like, he doesn't have any way to stop the Fake Out, right? So, like, I could even lead, like, Fake Out Swords Dance. I think I'm going to go for a Frisk game 1, though. I'll lead the Typhlosion and the Persian. And then I'll bring the Ursa in the back. And then what do I want? We'll bring the Enamorus T. So this is going to be interesting. I really don't know what I'm going to do until I see the Pokemon, right? So like this could be a Fake Out Eruption if I'm faster than whatever's there. This could be a Thunder Wave Infernal Parade. If I see the SPEWPA in lead, it's really attractive for an Eruption. Let's see what we get. So we get the Enamorus and the Electrode. Okay. So I get Focus Sash and Life Orb. Okay. So I know it's not Covert Cloak, so I can Fake Out the Enamorus for free. But I also know that I'm quicker than the Enamorus, right? So I could Thunder Wave it and Infernal Parade. The only thing that would stop this is a Protect. But I think I'm going to go for the KO on the Enamorus right away. Double Protect comes out, okay. So I think I just do the same play. If he has Scary Face, that could be an issue. Like, if he could Scary Face his own Enamorus to outspeed and hit an Earth Power. But he also doesn't know that I'm Scarf. Or he doesn't know that I'm Specs. So he may be suspecting that it won't OHKO. I could commit to Terra Flying, since Ursa is going to be a big part of this game plan anyway, to eat out a potential Scary Face and Earth Power. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to make the same read. So this covers... I don't suspect he'll attack the Typhlosion with Electrode, right? Double Protect makes sense to stop a Fake Out that he didn't know which slot was going into. But this is a damage-heavy Enamorus with the Life Orb. I can break the Sash later with a Icy Wind as well, once the Enamorus is gone. He could switch in the Gastrodon to eat the Thunder Wave. Yeah, so that's exactly the play I was expecting, right? He goes for the Moonblast, though. I'm Sash. So as long as the Thunder Wave hits, this is going to KO the Enamorous. So the only problem now is that the Electrode does outspeed the Persian. I'm surprised he went for the Moonblast. The Earth Power would have made more sense to me, but still a decent play because now he can just clean up the Persian and then he's going to outspeed. And I don't have a means of setting my Thunder Wave anymore. But I could switch this, which I likely will be doing. The Gudra comes out. Okay. So, I think I'm pretty much guaranteeing that this is going to be a Thunderbolt or some sort of attack into the Persian slot. So I could switch in the Ursaluna and get my Flame Orb off. And then I may just double switch. Impulse comes out, okay. I'm pretty surprised by that, actually. So I'm going to protect on the Ursaluna because I don't want to eat another Surf. That's a very interesting play. And then I'm just going to Earth Power the Electrode, I think, and get rid of it. I think even at -2... Well, actually, let's see. I think I can calc this. -2. Special attack, Earth Power into the Electrode. Might not KO. -2. Which is unfortunate. Could also just Earthquake and Earth Power. Maybe I switch in the Typhlosion again. Let's do that. Let's switch in the Typhlosion, reset the special attack here, and hit an Earthquake. I could see a Steel attack coming in. I just hope that he doesn't double the Ursa, but I don't think Electrode has a way to hit Ursa, and I'm not sure Gudra can Oko it. So this seems like a decent play here. The positioning here is kind of awkward for me. But I think this is decent. Assault Vest comes out. Okay. It's a flying. Protect. Okay, so that's unfortunate. Okay. So he just protected. And this is Assault Vest. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fake out and I'm Choice Specs Eruption, which will do a lot. But then I'm locked into Eruption. I may be in trouble here. So if I click Eruption right now, the Persian dies. I don't kill the Gudra. Now I'm locked into Eruption, and I'm taking Surfs, or whatever he hits, and then I'm going to lose the game. So I can't click Eruption right now. But I need to get rid of this Electrode. So I'm going to fake it out. And I wish I had Heat Wave in this scenario, but I was so scared of Heatran that I didn't even bring it. I could just go for a Flamethrower into the Electrode. I have to get rid of it, unfortunately. Maybe he'll attack the Gudra. Oh, okay. This is actually not bad now. Okay, great. So I know that the Gudra can't protect, so I can just go for a Fake Tears and a Flamethrower. I could see him surfing the Gudra. I don't even know if this is going to KO. Let's see, Typhlosion, Flamethrower versus Gudra. It's got Assault Vests. But it's also -2. Assault Vest is crazy good in this situation here for him. So that's not going to KO, but I don't see how else I break through the wall endgame, so I think it's my only play. I'm going to go for it. Protect is excellent, because one of these will live now. Oh, actually, well, he goes for the Surf. Okay. So this is a problem because The Gudra outspeeds for sure. I just have to go for the Dazzling Gleam and hope it picks up. Oh, it definitely will pick up the Gudra, but I can see an Ice Beam coming out. 2 Ice Beams should end me. Oh, that didn't even do that much. Wow. That's not a lot of damage at all. Alright, good game. Okay. Wow, so very interesting. The positioning is what screwed me there. Like the switching in the Ursa into the Typhlosion was not good for me. Let's see. Okay, so I can actually lead the Noivern because if I want to switch it up. I'm thinking I might leave Typhlosion on the bench this time. The Electrode is causing me issues. So here's the thing with the Noivern. So if I lead Noivern and he leads the Electrode and the Enamorus, he's gonna Scary Face and Moonblast. But I'm Roselli Berry, and I calced it to live Life Orb, so that should be fine. The only thing is then. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna lead the Noivern and the Ursaluna. I'm gonna try to set up a Swords Dance here. And what do I want in the back? We didn't see the Wo-Chen. I think I'd bring the Decidueye to help out with that Gastrodon. And maybe we leave the Enamorus on the bench and bring the Typhlosion in the back as well. I kind of like this. I think this is a good pivot for me. Assault Vest on a Mon with 150 base special defenses is crazy. That's a lot of yeah, that's a lot of special defense. So I hope to see the Electrode and the Enamorus again. Yeah. SPEWPA. Okay. SPEWPA has Eviolite. So this could be a Friend Guard. I'm gonna Tailwind and set up a Swords Dance. Let's see, does Draco Meteor OHKO this SPEWPA? Is my question. SPEWPA has Eviolite. And I have Draco Meteor. It should, even if it's like max. I mean, it might just KO. Maybe not. It's probably max bulk. Okay, well, regardless. He doesn't have a way to boost his own Enamorus here, so this is a Tailwind and a Swords Dance. Okay. So I can just... So the problem is that the Moonblast will pick up the Enamorus again, but I think that's fine. I think Noivern's done its job. Let's get a bulk check on this SPEWPA. And I'm gonna Facade the Enamorus. So it is pretty bulky. It can live a Draco Meteor, which is great. Grass Knot. OHKOs. Oh, I should have Terra'd fired. Okay. I do have Tailwind up, though. So Typhlosion's going to do some work with Eruption here. For sure. That's an issue. So we see the Gudra, but I do have the... Decidueye now for that. So I think I just Focus Blast, maybe? No, I gotta think about this now. Can't switch out the Noivern here, so I think I'm fine just committing the Draco Meteor again. And just... Oh, this is an issue now again. So I put myself in it. That's really brutal. I should have Terra'd. I wasn't expecting the Grass Knot. That I should have been thinking about that. Even for the Moonblast resist, it would have been worth. Because at Noivern -2 now, I'm in a really tough spot. What do I want to do? I don't know if Noivern lives the turn. And then I'm locked into Eruption when it's potentially not a good thing for me. So I have no choice but to click it anyway. And just switch out into... Or maybe I'll just Draco again. I'm going to go for it. And hope that my Noivern gets KO'd. Okay. So this is interesting. So I can actually... I might be able to win this endgame with Decidueye, with Terrafire. What did he use? Thunderbolt? So he doesn't have... What else does he have? He has Surf and Ice Beam. He doesn't have a way to hit this super effectively if I switch into the Decidueye in this slot. So maybe I just Draco again and switch in my Decidueye. Surf. And Earth Power. No way. Ice Beam. Oh! And he freezes me. No! Oh, dude, that's the one thing I needed not to happen. Oh my god. That is a brutal... I mean, I just lose here if I don't get a turn 1 freeze. Ice Beaming that slot is interesting. Why wouldn't he use a ground attack? Maybe he was afraid of Terra Flying. Oh man, I think I just lost. This Noivern is basically useless out here now. Like, I don't even know what to do. I think I just Terra Fire anyway and hope I Thaw, right? Like, is that my only out, really? Frozen. Surf just ends me. Unbelievable. That's crazy. I guess it outspeeds anyway, so I would have needed the... Yeah, that was brutal. The freeze sucks, but he played really well. He had really good reads on my switches, and he just had my number. This was a tough thing, like, to position, I guess. The key things that are going to make me lose sleep is not Terra-firing the Ursaluna. I think I win this game for sure. With the speed control, it's such a low-risk move to do it. I should have just ripped it. I got greedy and thought I could save it for later, which came to be my demise in this match. In the first game, the problem was I had too much. The Enamorus didn't really do much, and then I got locked into positioning problems with the double protect turn 1. Had to blow my Terra early. So, GG's to Camo. Really well played. We'll look to bounce back next week. We play Slushy next week, so gonna need to win that one to keep our playoff hopes rolling. And I'll see you guys next week. See ya.